Is the unhappiness coming from the relationship, or is it you? Because over time we do change. Our wants change, our desires change, our likes, our dislikes, those things change. And when they change and the person that you with is remaining the same, so to speak, they've been consistent in who they are, and this is vice versa. If they've been consistent in who they are and you're the one that changed and now you're unhappy, is on you to figure out why you're unhappy and fix that within you.
But that don't
Because
mean I gotta stay here to do that though. Like I might have to get out of where I'm at to figure that
So,
out. You
have
know,
any of y'all? Oh, go
because
ahead.
people do change, right?
you
So
know they
if
do,
I'm
but
the one,
when you're married, that's something that you should go in to a degree of
but you can't always do
understanding
that though.
that y'all are not going to be the same. If
So
you
let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. So say we get married, we're 24, 25, 30, however old we are, right?
Mhm.
I used to drink Ciroc. I used to drink Ciroc and Patron. You can't pay me to drink vodka today, right? But if
Mhm.
that's how we met and in this situation and we're 24, 20, and I'm changing out of that, I don't like this anymore. I hate it now. And you're still in that. It's my responsibility, like you said, to figure out why I'm unhappy, which is I'm changing. The guy I'm with is not changing. And we can work on it if he wants to change with me or evolve as life goes on or not. But it's not my responsibility to sacrifice who I am now for who I used to be in a situation.
No, it's not. You figure out how the new you can work within the parameters of the marriage. So, for example, when I got married, I met my husband at 18, but we got married once when I was 25. We got married. In between that time, when we met, my husband was, a different religion. Within the marriage, he changed religions, so he's of a different religion. We found out, like, with having kids, I had, and I've mentioned this before, I've had multiple miscarriages, and he wanted a large family. I had like three miscarriages. We have, two children. I've had three miscarriages. So that wasn't something that he could account for. I couldn't account for the fact that he was going to switch up in religion, right? But the thing was that our core values remain the same. So with all of the changes that we've gone through in our relationship, my likes, my dislikes, his likes, dislike, religion, thoughts of children, family, all of those things change because of life circumstances. But what never changed was our core values. So those core values is what hold the marriage together. And I think a lot of times we get married based on how we're feeling in the moment. And then when things change, we don't like the change. And so we're ready to dip to find something else that better suits what we're feeling right now. And then we do that. And then we're unhappy in that situation and looking for something to change in that situation. And then we dip out, and it's just a continual effect. So when you're choosing a mate, you got to make sure your core values, what you value most, is what you're marrying.
But your
Because
values
all
change.
of
It
the other
sounds like,
changes you can deal with.
but it sounds like you said your values like change, like a whole religion. That's a big deal, right? And
It
so
is
if
a
you
big deal,
were,
but
if
the
you,
core value within a religion we agreed on.
but
Like,
that was your situation. Like you were
mhm.
lucky enough and
Well,
dedicated enough
let
to
me just
do
explain
that.
something about Mistaken's relationship with her husband. It's not listen. This woman is so in love with this man, and it's like one of those little high school things
That's
that
my
just
boo.
goes on forever. So she has like one of those one in a million type of relationships. Like you can go out and Tara be mistaken. It's like I misses her husband. It's like it's
But
not.
I think it's attainable for everybody. I think the thing is that we don't look for the right things when we're matching.
Now that's true. I do
I
agree.
think that's what it is.
What's the right things to be looking for?
So
As
has
a woman who's been married for as long as you have, what's the right things to look for?
Now, being forthcoming, at 18, I had no idea. It was something about him that attracted me. I don't know, I guess what y'all call spirit or whatever. It was just something in him that attracted me to him. So back then at 18, it was as long as he looked good, oh, the sex was good. I didn't have any standards. It was kind of like he was creating a standard, so to speak. It was like, oh, he looks good. Oh, he's smart. These are the things that I like. But it really wasn't a true standard. But when we begin to have those deeper conversations, like learning more about his family background, my family background, oh, what do you look for in the future? What does a family look like? A family look like to you? Those kind of things to kind of gauge, oh, like we did talk about religion. I went in knowing that he wasn't a Christian, but in my mind at that time, I'm like, listen, I'm not even fronting like I'm saved right now. I ain't saved. We both sinners under the eyes of God right now. I'm not saved, so we on the same boat. So I knew certain things, but looking at those core values that he had, like any religion for the most part, it's like do unto others as others have do unto you. Those kind of things, core values, like what do we value in terms of teaching our kids? Being respectful, those kind of things. So I think when you get to when you know what your standards are and what you value, you're going to attract somebody that values those same things. So when you get to a point where when you're ready to get married, you just have to make sure that you stand on those core values, because that's what's going to get you through. We both knew when we get married, is no divorce is not on the table. We're going to have to figure out some things. And not to say that the D word didn't come up. There were times where it got that bad where I'm like, listen, or he was like, listen.
But you're so, but from what I see, what I like about your relationship, because I've always said, if my mate, I want it to be like Mistaken and her husband, because when I tell you like she's so even after 19 years, she's so attracted to him, and they miss each other when they're away from each other. Like it just met yesterday. It's crazy.
That's true. I do love him.
Well, then if you hear stuff like that and you're in
Mhm.
a marriage and then you hear how, women sit there and think the grass is greener on the other side. They say, well, I want a marriage like that. Maybe I can find happiness like that. Maybe that's what I will need to leave this relationship. The man that I don't miss. I'm happy I'm away from him. I'm happy I'm out with the girls. I'm happy I'm at church. Like, let's be honest here. A lot of men complain about women going to church and being stuck at the church Monday through Friday. They're trying to get away from you. They in church trying to get close to God because they're so miserable and they need the Lord to be with them and to help them through this marriage and depression. Why do people go to church? To feel revived again, right? So if this woman is addicted to going to church, it's because she is addicted to that feeling of being revived, and then she go back home. Oh, I need to be revived again. She go back home. Oh, I need to be revived again. So she's in church Monday through Friday. She at every Sunday school. She there before the church even opens up. That's why a lot of men don't get. It's like your wife is running towards certain things because she's trying to get away from you, or she's trying to find her purpose in life outside of marriage and kids. I think that women are bigger than just marriage and kids because, for one, not every woman is going to get married. And not every woman is going to be able to carry a child. So, therefore, if that is the case, if men want to tell women that your sole purpose is to be married and have kids, then why can't every woman have a kid? And then why is not every woman able to get married or have a desire for marriage?